working on the weekends for Bill Gross. I was just
Mhm.
helping him with, his little side projects
Mhm.
around his house. And he kind of, I guess, put that in my ear that like business is just, it's something that, you can do and build a life for yourself.
Absolutely.
And that's kind of what intrigued me so much is I want to take like my family and our son now to that next level, provide that generational wealth and
Yes.
build something for my family.
What's up, Camden County? You are catching episode 66 of the Getting in Your Business podcast. I'm your host, Allison Shores from the Camden County Chamber of Commerce. This Getting in Your Business podcast is made possible by our Chairman Circle sponsors, Georgia's Own Credit Union, Lockheed, Comcast, Georgia Power Company, Sparklight, Plug Power, St. Mary's DDA, TDS Telecom, and Ameris Bank. Thank you to all of our sponsors. Whew, that was a lot to get through. All right, today, guys, in the studio, I have some really cool people, and I'm so excited to talk to them. We've got TTT Equipment. We've got Brennan and Kinsey, and I'm so excited that you guys are here. So thank you for taking the time to come on the podcast.
Yeah, thank you for having us.
Yeah. All right. So, man, before we dive into all things TTT Equipment, I want to know a little bit about you guys because I don't know if people know you, so I want them to know a little bit about you. So, Brennan, tell us all about it.
So I am Brennan. I grew up here in Camden County. I went to school here. I go to church at the harbor.
Yeah.
So I was born and raised here.
I love that. I love when Camden County, born and raised, comes back and starts a business. That's my favorite stories of all time. Now, Kinsey, how did you get here?
Oh,
Or back here?
That's a long story, and I don't know if we have time, but I would say I was technically born and raised here.
Mhm.
My grandma used to own Coastal Floors, and my aunt owns Sam Pickering. So
Okay.
I come from a very, self-employed family,
I love this.
and Camden's it's at our center. And, but yeah, so I actually graduated from Pierce County.
Did you?
I'm not going to say go Bears on the podcast.
I appreciate that because because my husband's going to be playing them soon. So.
Oh no. But yeah, so I graduated from Pierce County. And then after I graduated, I moved back here because I may or may not have fallen in love with a certain someone.
See, Brennan, it's all your fault.
Yeah.
I love it. Brought her back.
Yeah.
I love it.
But I'm back to my roots and we're doing what we love. So
well, I will tell you this from the moment I first met you, like a year ago, maybe?
yeah.
When it was something different. We were like, I was like, those are the cutest. Like y'all are so, I just love it so much.
Yeah.
So we're so glad you're here. I'm glad that you came back and opened up this business together. I think that's amazing. Now I want to talk about the journey to actually getting to opening a business, because let's be real, owning a small business, opening up a small business, it's hard.
It is.
I don't want anybody to think that like you just open up a small business and then you're rich.
Right. Right.
That's not how it goes. And so a lot of times, I think people don't understand you have to, and I don't want to use the term fail, but sometimes you have to like redirect, or you have to maybe add this or do this.
Mhm.
And you're a perfect example of that. And I want you to kind of tell people your journey to where we are now.
Yeah. So I would definitely say that a lot of people, the stigmatism is that, as soon as you start a business, you're going to immediately start making money.
Yeah.
And it goes way beyond that. I mean, it goes to, you have to do the research, you have to be organized, and you have to like continually adapt and change to what the market is wanting.
Absolutely.
I started off doing drone photography for real estate agents in high school. And
You did that in high school?
I did that in high school.
That's cool.
So I would get out of high school, I would call, Jenny Jacobs was actually like a huge supporter
Yeah.
of mine, like early on. And she would say, these are the addresses you need to go to. And, I would go out there, fly around them, do some photography, put together these videos. And I didn't charge a whole lot for them. I mean, it was just something that I could do, get my foot in the door, kind
Yeah.
of learn the fundamentals of the
Mhm.
business. And, that was very big. And then kind of when the market shifted in real estate, kind of COVID came by, the real estate market soared. It
Yeah.
took off. Houses were selling so
Mhm.
fast that they didn't need real estate videos. So that's kind of when I saw we need to shift. We need to change. This is not going to be something sustainable.
Yeah.
So we
But
started.
you would think in your mind, like if real estate agents are doing well, that you would be busy as well. But when
Right.
they're not even staying on the market for 24 hours, you don't
Right.
have
Yeah.
there's no point.
Right.
So yeah.
We were hearing about houses that sold without even being listed. Like they were being sold without photos. The addresses were listed and that's it.
Listen, when my husband and I were moving here, it was so difficult. And like we couldn't even see a house. Like we'd be like, okay, we'll go see that one. It was already had a contract on it. And I'm like, wait, what?
Yes.
Like, no, we need somewhere to live.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so,
Yeah.
but anyway, okay, continue.
And so whenever I started that business, I was actually working like kind of a part-time job. I was working on the weekends for Bill Gross. I was just helping him with, his little side projects around his house. And he kind of, I guess, put that in my ear that like business is just, it's something that, you can do and build a life for yourself.
Absolutely.
And that's kind of what intrigued me so much is I want to take like my family and our son now to that next level, provide that generational wealth and
Yeah.
build something for my family. And help people throughout the way, get people back up on their feet and help them create that as well.
I love it.
So
So I bet you learned a lot working with Bill.
I did. I used to call him Uncle Willie,
Yeah.
and
I love
he
that.
would call me the Brendonator,
Yeah.
and that's just kind of
You
how.
just wait.
Yeah,
Wait till I see Bill Gross.
I have a lot of respect for Mr. Bill.
Yeah.
He's a great guy.
So what were you doing when you were
So
working with him?
I mean, it was anything. I would sort out bolts in his shop. I would take all tile out off of his shelves and reorganize it. All the way up to him. I mean, he took me to Savannah a few times, and he would help me just build something, whatever it might be.
Yeah.
We would always be doing something, and
Oh,
I was
always.
always with him.
Mm-hmm.
And
I love it.
he told me that this is how he stays fit.
Yeah.
Is working on the weekends.
Oh, Bill. Okay, so where'd it go from there?
So I noticed that it had to shift. We had to change. We had to do something different because as a business owner, not being able to do work for weeks and weeks on end, it's just not sustainable. Even in high school, I was still living with my parents. I was still, so I didn't have that expenses on that end. But I knew that something had to change if I wanted to be on my own.
Yeah.
So I started doing mobile detailing.
Okay.
I had a Mustang in high school. I had a Jeep first. I started with a Jeep.
Oh, that Jeep. Oh, that Jeep.
Listen, I love Jeeps now.
You wouldn't have loved this one.
I probably would have.
It was rough.
Listen,
was
I
very
would
rough.
drive on a rough
Lord.
Jeep. But yeah, go ahead.
But we fixed it up. Me and my dad actually fixed it up together, and it became the mobile detailing unit.
Yeah.
So I did mobile detailing out of the back of that Jeep, and then transitioned into the back of that Mustang for
It was
2
a good
years.
bit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was a while.
Okay.
And so we noticed a lot of people were they were asking me powder coating. Who does powder coating?
Okay, stop right there. Just for everybody out there, I don't want you to be like me, walking around saying power coating, because that's not what it is. It is powder coating. So just in case anybody needs to know that did not know that, it is powder coating. Continue.
So I noticed a lot of people were asking, who does powder coating in town, and I said, I don't know. I don't know anybody in town that does it. Honestly, I think you have to go to Jacksonville for that. And it kind of put that idea in my head that,
Yeah.
Maybe this is something that we can grow out of. I like detailing, but it's a lot of work. I'm going to not be so young one day, and I'm not going to be able to do this.
And I just need you to know you're going to wake up one day and you're like, what happened?
Is it bad that we're already there?
Not at all. Not at all.
So I slowly started transitioning. I kind of got a very small powder coating setup and did like little valve covers, little motorcycle parts, things like that. And I realized that this is something that's needed here.
Like I just saw where somebody powder coated a KitchenAid mixer.
Mhm.
And I was like, I started looking around my house. Like,
Yes.
what can I get powder coated?
How do you think it felt to like live with somebody who was just able to do that?
So my question to you is, how much around your house do you have powder coated?
So fun fact
Yeah.
is my mom actually passed when I was young.
I'm
And
sorry.
so I got her KitchenAid mixer. Vintage. And so I actually took that thing apart and he powder coated it for me. We just never actually posted it on our Facebook page, but yeah, he powder coated and all my like the attachments and stuff. Yeah.
Stop it.
Mhm.
I could not believe it. And if you haven't seen it, Zombie Coatings did that, and
Yep.
it was amazing.
Yes.
I couldn't the color,
It's beautiful.
it was so beautiful. It was so-
Mhm.
and that mixer was rough. So I'm assuming yours.
I didn't see the before, but
Yeah,
yeah.
it was rough. But yeah, I'm sorry.
Hers
Continue.
was rough.
Well, I bet.
It
Yeah.
was.
Well, it's vintage.
It's
and,
vintage.
and I
That's right.
love that stuff. Like I have a lot of my grandmother's and even some of my great grandmother's stuff.
Oh
you
yeah.
know, that family stuff's important to me.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, I will say like one of his outside of me, of course, one of his number one supporters is his mom. We love Lisa.
yeah.
We love Lisa.
Shout out to Lisa.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. And
Love you, Mom.
and of course his dad as well. But she had these chairs that were from one side of the family's grandparents. I couldn't tell you, but they were
Yeah.
old, very
Yeah.
old.
Side, yeah.
And we powder coated them for her and just beautiful. She's got all kinds of things in her house that have been powder coated, let me
Yeah,
tell you.
I bet. If
Yeah.
I had known like what
Mhm.
like understood everything, I'd have been like, hey guys,
Yeah.
got y'all some stuff.
Powder coatings. These are powder coated.
Yeah.
I just did not realize.
Yeah.
And so but we could talk about powder coating all day long, and we don't need to talk. We're not here to talk about powder
Correct.
coating. But
Yeah.
you see how we got off on that
Oh,
real
yes.
quick. Okay, so after powder coating, let's go there.
So let me actually back up
Okay.
just a hair. So to do powder coating, you can't do that mobile. So we had to buy, or we didn't have to, but we had to get a location. So finding that location was difficult because, like I said, the market was going crazy.
Everybody's
Mhm.
getting this, just snatching it up.
Right.
Mhm.
So we found a building kind of behind IHOP, and we were like, this is it. This is the building. This is the place. It was big enough,
Mhm.
to do our operation. And God quickly slammed that door in our face.
Okay.
That was probably like, it was a very disheartening day for me
Yeah.
because as soon as I realized that that was not going to work,
Mhm.
I was on my way home. And as I'm driving home, I go over the train tracks. I look to my left, and there's a for sale sign next to these two old, rustic, abandoned looking buildings. And I was like, that
That's
has
it.
potential.
Yeah, that's it. That's the one.
And I said, I wonder what they're asking for it. So I called about it, and it just happened to fall right in my budget. And I was like, wow, I could rent one of those buildings out,
Mhm.
and I could be in the other one, and then I wouldn't have so much overhead.
Yeah. Look
So
at God. He's like,
That's
not
it.
this one, Brennan. This one.
Yeah.
that's it.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it actually ended up being about $40,000. We got it down to about $40,000 under what we were going to pay for that other building.
That's amazing.
So
And can I just add that while he started, this whole self-employed fiasco, like when he was in high school, how old were you when you purchased those buildings?
19. I was 19.
Yeah. So I just want to add that this is just a testament to God's grace.
Holy moly. I wish I had been as mature as you guys at 19.
And I'm not saying we had maturity.
He was buying a
but-
building,
Yeah.
and that.
Yeah.
So I had help from my family to do that. And I say that, and people are like, oh, well, he's been fed a silver spoon. He's,
No, I don't.
and that's not the case. I told my family, I said, I'm not going to college. This is my college.
Mhm.
You guys told me that you were always going to help me
Mhm.
go to college and that you were going to help me pay for it.
Mhm.
I don't want you to help me pay for it. I want you to help me pay for this.
Yeah.
And so I needed, I think it was $25,000 or so for
Something like
the
that.
down payment. And, my dad helped me out. My granddad helped me out
Mm-hmm.
with coming up with that down payment. I put in my own money towards
Mhm.
it. And we rose that down payment. And I remember, I'll never forget the day of closing. I was still calling. I was like, please, I'm this close. This
Yeah.
is how much I need.
Yeah.
I
Try to
only
go
need, like,
fund me.
Yeah.
a couple $100. This is what I need. And so we end up getting it, and it all just, I mean, it just came together.
But this should just be a testament of it doesn't matter how old you are. Like, if you
And
have a dream, you chase it. Chase it.
absolutely. And like, just because everybody's going to college or everybody's going to trade school, sometimes it's not meant for you. And I'm
Mhm.
going to be honest, I went to college, but I didn't need to. It was,
Yeah.
I had too much fun. I was not mature enough to go.
Mhm.
I think I needed to wait. And I still like, I love this job and I love everything it has, but college just wasn't,
Mhm.
I'm glad I learned it. I'm glad I went, all the things. But I
Yeah.
probably should not have.
Yeah.
And I have nothing against college. I think there's people that love to go to college, and there's people that have to go to college, and then there's people that are like me and they can't focus on
But
certain
but
things.
but I think it's amazing and a testament to you that you knew that and were able to say, okay, this
Mhm.
is what I want to do. And I did not have that at 19.
Yeah.
I wasn't even close to. It's not even like buying a building. It's even being in the mindset
Yeah.
of like you're setting up your life, and that was not the mindset I took to college, unfortunately. But so okay, so we get the building. Then what?
So I actually was powder coating in my grandmother's garage in
Mhm.
the lakes, and I would do that as soon as I got out of school. I
Yeah.
would go over there, and then I would detail people's cars. Actually, no, sorry, I was not powder coating out of my grandma's garage. I was powder coating out of my parents' garage. They lived down a dirt road, so I couldn't detail people's cars
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
And I also had to have a place for people to go. So my grandma opened up her garage and said, detail the cars here and meet with your customers here. So I would pick up parts, take them across town to my parents' house, powder coat them at night. I wake up in the morning, go to school, and then do it all over again. It was
It was a hot
crazy.
mess.
So that's whenever we kind of decided that we needed, but my grandma and my parents gave me such a start to that because they opened up their homes and their garages to get tore up by me
Yeah.
doing this dirty powder coat work that is very messy.
Now, when did you get out of powder coat?
So I actually got out of powder coat
Mm-mm.
4 or 5 months ago, 6 months ago.
Yeah, I would say we like really stopped doing powder coat February. I think that's when we
Okay.
had made it like socially, like
Mhm.
it was public. Like
Yeah.
you're done.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we did that because we realized that the overhead and the cost of powder coat is very high, and you have to have almost like some commercial clients to back that up.
Yeah.
And we decided that to build generational wealth and to
Mhm.
build what our goals are, it would be more financially responsible of us to rent out both of our buildings,
Mhm.
and sell the powder coating equipment and the business, and move on to something more back to our roots of what
Yeah.
I know what to do. And so I have a friend who had a skid steer. He had a dump trailer, and he had been doing this business, and he was talking to me about getting into it and doing it. And finally, I said, hey, I think I'm ready. Like
Yeah.
I think we should work something out. And he says, come and get it. Come get the stuff. So we kind of just dove right into it. And actually, that day, I got a call from a roofing company, and they wanted me to drop off the dump trailer, and they were going to pay me to rent the dump trailer from me.
And you're like, yes,
And I was
I'm in the
like,
right business.
Mm-hmm.
yes,
Mhm.
please.
Day
It was
one.
it was confirmation.
Yeah.
For sure.
It was
Absolutely. And so that's how TTT equipment was born.
Mhm.
Like,
relatively.
yeah. Now, what all work you say is skid steer?
hmm
What is that?
So a skid steer it's like a miniature tracked machine that's got a bucket on the front, like a loader bucket on the front.
Okay.
There's thousands of attachments for these skid steers. There's, in my opinion, they're the most versatile piece of construction equipment that you can own. You look at any job site, and I can almost guarantee you that there's either going to be a miniature excavator or a skid steer on that job site almost every time.
I could probably ask you a million questions about all the equipment because I don't know. You just threw skid steer like,
It's okay. I'm still learning. I
Yeah.
don't know.
I'm like, well,
Yeah.
But so we're in hurricane season. Let's talk
Mhm.
about that for a second. So, how are you guys? Are you doing any kind of storm cleanup? Now, I know you're not taking trees off roofs
Right.
and that kind of thing, but when, especially because I always worry about the elderly here
Mhm.
when like storms happen
yeah.
and stuff, like who's picking up. I don't want them out there in their yard. I just
Right.
think, you know,
Yeah.
I know our churches do a good job with some stuff, but you know, and lately these storms have been like they haven't been it hasn't been a tropical storm or a hurricane yet that has come through here yet, but it's
Our
like,
thunderstorms
yeah,
honestly do more damage sometimes than our hurricanes
that's what I was
do.
gonna say. Like
Mhm.
my yard was a mess after this last one a couple of days ago, and I was just like, what?
Mhm.
Yes.
What?
And we noticed like a lot of people after that hurricane
Mm-hmm.
last season, I mean, especially up into like Augusta
Mm-hmm.
and Waycross,
Waycross.
Blackshear,
Mm-hmm.
they were hurting. They got hit
Yeah.
pretty hard. So we actually partnered up with a church in Jacksonville.
Mm-hmm.
They were taking a crew up to Augusta, and they were just going to spend the weekend just cleaning trees and moving trees to the end of the
Mm-hmm.
road, getting stuff out of
Mm-hmm.
people's yards, just helping the people that had been
Absolutely.
so affected by this. And actually, Bill Gross, I keep bringing him
Yeah.
up, but he actually was the one who paid for their skid steer rental to do that. Because at the time, I didn't have my own skid
Yeah.
steer yet. He paid for that rental. We actually took that skid steer up to Augusta, and we did. I think we ended up moving somewhere around 200 trees
I
that
bet.
weekend.
It was crazy.
Well, like my parents were there in Waycross, and Helene hit them really hard.
Mhm.
They weren't expecting it. I mean, I couldn't even get to them. There were so
Yeah.
many trees down on their
Mhm.
street, so I had to go the back way, get in there, and you know, my husband and I were helping them clean, but everybody on their street was, you know, a little bit older, and so
Yeah.
you know they couldn't be out there for
Yeah.
hours at a time cleaning the stuff up. And had it not been for groups that came in with this equipment,
Mhm.
we had no way to move trees other than
Yeah.
cutting them piece by piece on the ground, you know,
Right.
and then moving those.
Which
And
is
so,
so much manual labor, and like you don't realize how much it takes until you start to do it, and you're like, okay,
and
I'm
then
gonna hire somebody.
yeah, and then you wake up the next day and you can't move for.
Mhm.
Correct.
That's what happens when you get in your 40s. So I just think it's important what you guys do. Is just that's just one
Mhm.
little
Mhm.
thing that people, you know, can use you for. But
We do concrete tear outs.
I was gonna ask.
We're actually partnered with with an amazing concrete company at the moment. D's Construction is
I love it.
they do great construction work. Concrete work is especially.
So
We
you'll come and break it out, like break it up and remove it.
Mhm.
break it up, take it away, remove it. We actually process it into riprap boulders for erosion control.
I don't. What did you call them?
Riprap boulders. So they're like they're boulders about yay big,
Okay,
and people put them around their ponds, or
gotcha.
if they have a river that goes behind their property,
Mhm.
they'll put them along the banks of the river to
Yeah.
prevent their dirt and their
Mhm.
property from washing away
Yeah.
when the hurricanes come. So we do that. We've done a lot of brush cutting and land clearing.
Mm. That's
Root
important right
raking.
now.
It
Mhm.
is. It is. Um, we do a lot of material hauling. We do all kinds of stuff.
So you mentioned the dump trailer.
Mhm.
So is that part of
Mhm.
what you guys do now? So can people call you now and just to rent the dump trailer? Now what about hauling stuff off? Will you come and do it for them?
Yes,
I mean, I know that costs, but I'm just
Right.
asking if
Yeah.
if that's one of the services that
Yeah.
you do is
most definitely.
that you will come and do it. Now, I have just a random question. Like if I have appliances or stuff I'm trying to get rid of, do you guys take those in your dump trailer? Do you remove any of those?
We can. We've only done that a few times before, but it's definitely something we can do.
Yeah. So you're kind of open to whatever. You have this, you have the equipment, you have what you need. What else?
We do a lot of site prep on the residential side. We
Ooh,
do a lot of we honestly mainly it's prep for the concrete. It's prep for
Mhm.
concrete work. People wanting to grow grass in a wooded area, so we'll come in there, cut down all the trees, brush cut everything. We'll rake up all the roots and everything like that. Put fresh topsoil down, seed it, get it nice and growing.
Yeah, we get you ready for that contractor to come in and build you a house.
whoa.
Mhm.
Mhm.
What you just said to all, like that whole process, whoa, that's a lot.
It is. It is. Good thing we find it enjoyable.
We do.
I hope so, because
Yeah.
that sounded to me was like work.
Yeah.
And oof,
hmm
in this heat, Brennan.
It's a struggle sometimes. I'm not even out there working.
I was
but-
gonna, so that kind of segues into what you do, because you have I want to shout you out for just a second because not only are you wearing a lot of hats in this business, supporting what you guys have
Yeah.
going on, but you're also in school.
Yeah, I am.
And that's huge.
It
Like,
is.
And I think that's just a testament. I wish people knew how many business owners are in this. You know, when it's a family business, like it's all hands on deck. And that's, it doesn't matter what time or if the baby needs, nothing matters. You're trying to run all this and you got to keep it together. So you're, not only are you keeping that part together, not that your part is not important.
Oh, no.
But, you know, but you're taking care of your son and you're going to school, and that's a lot. And I just want to commend you for that because it is, and that's remarkable.
And I will say, like, I feel like we're just a perfect example of, you know, best of both worlds, because it's like kind of what he was saying about like some people are made for college and some people aren't. I didn't go to school, you know, after high school. Like I didn't even do one college class. Okay. Like I had no experience whatsoever. And his route was not the college route. And at the time, mine wasn't the college route either. I mean, I just turned 23, and I would say college has been on my mind for a good bit, I'd say. But I'd probably say like a month ago, I was like, you know what? I'm actually going to do this. I'm going to bite the bullet and I'm going to go back to school, you know, because it's more than just getting an education for me. It's proving to myself that I can do this. I can run a business alongside my husband and also be a mom and a wife and, you know, what other hats I wear. I can do it.
You're so busy. Like,
oh, you wouldn't believe, man.
but that, I mean, what all are you doing? What are your mini roles in TTT?
Yeah. So, as far as the business goes, I do pretty much all of his social media. So that's kind of exciting. It's kind of a route that I've taken. I'm like, okay, I actually like, this is fun. It's creative. I'm a very creative person. I do that. I do all his books. And I try to do a lot of the customer interactions. So they're not just seeing one face, they're seeing two, and they're seeing that, hey, we're a small business. You know,
you're a little team.
We are.
I love it.
And I will say that is very important. Like your partner means so much if you're trying to build a business.
For sure.
And to find the right person is very important. And I could not do it without your help.
Now, all of that is to say, when you were still detailing, I think that's when we finally were together. I was not on the same page. Let me tell you something, fighting tooth and nail, because I was like, you just need to go get a job. Like, and I'm just being honest with y'all.
Yeah.
Like, not getting a paycheck every week.
Steady income.
Not getting a paycheck every week is terrifying.
It is. And I just think people need to understand, you know, what these small business, what you go through. I think it's important.
A lot of people say like, oh, well, you've been in business for 5 years. You must be a billionaire by now.
No, brother.
It's very far from that.
Yeah, and you can work your whole life and still not be a millionaire or a billionaire or anything in small business. And a lot of times you're bringing, you know, while you are trying to make a living for your family, but you're also bringing your passions and things that you're good at, you know, to the table, to your community. And I don't know. It's just, I love my small business owners. Y'all are the hardest working people I know.
Yeah.
And we have a great community of them here in Camden. Now I want to talk a little bit about like how people can get a hold of you. Was there any other thing you wanted to mention with TTT that you do? Cause I just want to put the long list out there, cause I don't know who needs what, but I do know we're in a process of growing and changing, and a lot of changes are being made. And a lot of times people are like, Allison, I'll get random phone calls. Do you know who can on my roof? And I have no idea what they just said. And I'm like, oh,
right.
You know, or whatever it is, or, hey, I've got this tree, or I've got this, you know, and I'm scrambling to figure out, okay, let me figure out who does that.
Yeah.
You know, but so I want to make sure you have enough time to tell what all you do.
So we really are doing a lot of the storm cleanup work. That's a big thing, especially in hurricane season now for us. The concrete removals are big. The site prep is big. And taking, you know, a very heavily wooded area from heavily wooded to ready for a house to be built on it. That is our main focus. That is our main goal. And that's what we've been doing a lot of. And we've seen a lot of success in that, because we we are that company that'll pick up the phone and be there when we make things that I didn't think we could even make happen. We make them happen because it's so important to that customer. And we want to make sure that the customer always feels like they are the most important person on this planet when we are working with
And
them.
I will say, like, that is our number one goal, is like making sure that customer is satisfied, not only with our work, but just like with the overall experience, because small business, it just goes way beyond just doing the job.
Right.
It really does.
And I could not agree with you more. And in a world where today customer service is not what it used to be.
Yes.
So I value the customer experience that we give here in Camden. I know it's not always perfect, but our small businesses, for the most part, they are born from people who absolutely care and want to give you the best service. We all have bad days and we're tired and all the things, but I can tell you that giving the customer a great experience, the customer's always coming first. So I cannot tell you how like happy and just inspired you to make me. I when you just said that you were 23, I'm like, oh. and y'all have so much experience, and you've already shown just so much maturity in the ways that you've changed up things, and it's kind of funny to know that you weren't on board with everything at first.
Everybody thought I was a little crazy at first.
Well, but it's that craziness that brought us here.
Yes,
it really is.
And you're just because you're young, like who cares? You're doing amazing things, and I probably would have looked at you crazy too. Like he just doesn't know. Somebody hadn't told him, and honestly, you're just not scared.
Yeah,
and I love that. I wish I had more of that in me.
And we want to roll out, like, we want to do more things behind the scenes, like more community outreach, more charity donating events. Like we want to get more involved with helping not only give people a second chance, but kind of raising up that next generation of the people. We have 2 guys that work with us that their situation is not really the best, but we call them our kids, because they're not very much younger than us, but their situation is just, it's not very great, and we saw a need, and we said we are going to do something about that.
And I
We're
will
not going to
say,
let that slide.
like, even after Hurricane Helene, like, what happened in North Carolina and like the Carolinas and all that stuff, like it might not have been local, but we realized like we don't want that to ever happen to our community. And if it ever does, we want to be prepared to help our people.
Absolutely. And I think you guys are. And I'm so proud of you. I wish you all the best luck in this endeavor. And any way we can help, please reach out.
Absolutely.
Now, I'm glad that you're involved in the community. I'm glad that you're all about giving back. I'm glad that y'all have joined us here at the chamber and now are going to be active and doing stuff with us. We're so excited about that. Now, I wanted to give you a chance to let people know how they can get a hold of you if they need your services or have more questions about anything. I'll let you give that information. Phone number, social media, all the things.
Yeah, so our you can find us on Facebook. We do have a company phone number. It's 912-676-0342. And you can send us an email at brennan@tttequipment.com.
Shoot, you find me on Facebook, Mackenzie Sylvius. Shoot me a message. I'll respond.
Yeah,
I will.
You can message me personally. We are on TikTok. We have Instagram.
We pretty much have it all.
Okay,
just search TTT Equipment. Something will come up.
I'm looking forward to your TikTok videos.
Oh, Lord.
You've been making, so I like that. Now, my favorite part. We're going to do rapid fire questions. Are we ready?
Yeah, let's go.
All right. Tell me your favorite restaurant in Camden County.
Go.
Longhorn.
Really?
Yes. Their ranch is so good.
So what are y'all going to do when Texas Roadhouse gets here?
We're going to go get rolls, and then we're going to get a Longhorn.
Okay. What about your favorite small business in Camden County?
Don't you steal mine.
Awaken Coffee.
Yeah.
Okay, if you said Awaken, because that was my answer, I would say the Bloom Bar.
Yeah.
Oh,
I love it.
I love it. I love both those businesses. So are you early birds or night owls?
I would say both, depending on how much work needs to be done.
Oh, are you pleasant in the mornings?
I feel like.
No, let me ask Kenzie. Kenzie, is he pleasant in the morning?
If he goes unbothered, yes, he's pleasant in the morning.
Me too. If you don't talk to me, I am so pleasant.
Yeah.
What about you?
I would say I'm an early bird as long as I have coffee in my hands within 5 minutes.
See, and I was going to ask coffee or tea, so you're definitely coffee.
Oh yeah.
Tea.
Your tea, even in the mornings.
I don't hold it against him. It's kind of weird.
It's okay. You know, he can't be perfect.
That's right.
So,
That's right.
all right.
I'm
Well,
lactose intolerant.
Yeah. is that what we're going with? Okay.
That's funny.
All right. Well, so was there anything you guys wanted to mention before we get off here?
I would just like to say, like, don't let the stigmatism of self-employed, you know, just how hard it is to start a business, set you back from starting a business.
Oh, good.
Even if you
you've
have
got a
doubt,
dream, go for it.
yeah, do it afraid, do it scared, pick your heart and just do it. Like, we live by that. We do.
Yes.
Take
But
calculated risks, though.
Yeah.
but what I love about both of you is you smile through it. You smile
Everybody says that.
ever since I've met you.
We didn't used to.
But all I've known of you is I see that y'all smile through everything, and like you tell me you're scared, but you're smiling when you say it, and you're like,
Yeah.
I mean,
It is what it is.
But I love that, and we're so glad you both are staying in Camden County and are here. Yeah. So guys, check out TT Equipment. Brennan and Kenzie Silvius are there to help you anything you may need with any upcoming storms or any land clearing, anything that you can think of. They've got it with outdoor stuff. So we're excited. Check them out. Check them out on TikTok because I definitely think you need to check out Kenzie's videos.
Yeah.
Guys, thanks for listening. You've caught episode 66 of the Get In Your Business podcast. Please like, share, and subscribe.